back at you with a new episode. We're so excited to have you here today. I'm here with Simran and Jane.
What's up, Pits?
What's up, Pits?
The trio is back. So today we're here to discuss phobias in inspiration with Halloween coming up. So what phobias do you guys have?
I can start us off because I had a little dream about this phobia last night. I really hate bugs, just all of them. I think anything other than maybe an ant or a ladybug is just on my hate list. Last night I had a dream where my brother's room had 6-inch centipedes just squirming around the floor.
It's terrible.
It was so bad.
I'm also really scared of bugs, like any bug. And it's something that I'm really trying to work on because I try to remind myself that they're just little creatures. I'm so much bigger than them.
Yeah, but I can't rationalize it.
No, I feel like lately I've been a little bit better just because if I see a spider in my house, the other week I saw a huge spider, but I was home alone. I can't kill them. I can't even just get close to it to put a cup over it. So I just left it.
You should get that one thing, the extendable that grabs it.
I should.
Yeah.
But
don't your cats do anything?
One of my cats does, but I think my cat was upstairs or something.
Oh.
And it was huge. I just left it. And you know what? If I feel like the chances of seeing the same spider twice are pretty low.
Right.
So I was a little bit nervous, but not nervous enough to justify going anywhere near it.
No. I mean, this is a very bad time because the spiders are coming indoors to escape the cold. I've been seeing them too.
Oh my god.
I'm living in fear right now.
Yeah, that couple months where the stink bugs were infesting everywhere was actually my worst nightmare because they can fly too.
No, are you serious?
Yeah, one flew into me. That's
into you?
Yeah, it was on the glass patio door, and I slammed it because I wanted it to fly or get off, but then I wasn't thinking, and it flew right into me, and then it just flew off. But it was still traumatic enough to scar me.
That's terrible. I also don't like bugs. And my rationalization of it is that they're small enough that they can get around you without you noticing and fit into all of our little holes.
Crevices.
All of our little crevices. They can sneak inside my body.
Yeah. You know how they say, or there's that stat that's you eat a certain amount of bugs in your lifetime.
It cannot be real.
I don't know. That's right.
Yeah.
But also another fear is a bug crawling into my ear and laying eggs.
Same. Or into my mouth when I'm sleeping. That's
at least it would die then because of your stomach acid.
That's what they say, but I still.
But in your ears, it would survive.
I think I ate a bug one time.
Really?
Yeah.
What kind of bug?
So I ordered an order of chili cheese fries from Wendy's one night.
Oh.
And I went home and I had the lights off while I was eating it, but I took a bite and the texture was off. It was a little crunchy, and then it also tasted a little, I don't know how to describe it, a little poisonous, if you will.
Oh.
Yeah, it was biting into a bean that's not a bean.
Oh my god.
And so I didn't have it in me to confront that this could be what's happening, so I kept eating it.
I would do the same.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna turn the light on, and I wasn't gonna investigate and get to the bottom of it, because if I definitively know that I did just eat a bug, I think it would have ruined a good chunk of my month. Yeah, so I just carried on watching my little show and eating my little cheese. I don't know if I actually finished them, but I guess it was maybe a cockroach.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
I don't know if I've ever seen a cockroach.
In real life?
Yeah.
Seriously?
I don't know.
Oh, I used to have a cockroach infestation at my old house.
That's literally my worst nightmare.
No, I was in our basement, so they would be hanging out in the dark, And then when you turn on the light, they quickly scatter under the fridge.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It's kind of funny, actually.
Wait, that reminds me. My boyfriend the other day, they had like a scheduled power outage and like for like a couple hours, and he sent me a video of like his entire roof was basically covered in like silverfish. And I literally was like, I'm never coming over again. Like
No,
that's it.
those are my worst fear, I think.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I guess the bugs are there. They're just hiding
Like, what's
because
the
the
point
lights,
of silverfish? Like, what did they do?
they eat your wood, I guess.
But they're mostly in wet spaces, right? Like
Yeah,
washrooms.
I feel like I see them
I
in the
guess.
bathrooms.
This
Yeah.
was the video he sent me was like in his kitchen.
But so they were just on the ceiling.
They were on
just
the ceiling.
walking.
Yeah, there was like so many of them too. I was like, oh.
This was his house?
Yeah.
Oh.
You've been there before?
I haven't been there since, except
Yeah.
for that video.
And then the Paris bed bugs.
Oh
No.
my god. Like, I see a lot of TikToks about that, and people in the comments say that it's psychologically damaging to have a bed bug infestation.
I bet.
Because you can't even, like, sleep.
I had
Yeah.
bed bugs
You
one
did?
time. Yeah, when I went to India, like the bed that I slept in, it had bed bugs, and I didn't know it at the time. But like I would wake up with little red bumps on my legs, and
God.
I would find little ones in the bed, like dead ones. But I told my mom about it, and she was like, "It's fine, like it's nothing." And yeah, I only recently found out about it when somebody on TikTok was describing what a bed bug bite looks like.
Did you bring them back home?
No, luckily I didn't.
That's really lucky.
Yeah, because my suitcase would be on the floor open.
That's really lucky.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm surprised I did not bring them home because they are very damaging. People have
Yeah.
to throw away like their entire wardrobe.
I know. Like, I don't
Yeah.
even know what I just, like, would be scared about my cats getting bitten.
Oh, I'd be scared of losing my wardrobe.
Yeah, that too, but like, my cats don't understand, you know?
Oh, but I don't think they would go for them, would they?
I don't know. You never know what bed bugs are gonna do.
I don't know. I think that the fur would kind of ward them off. I think they want some
I
bare
think so.
skin.
I'm glad that you escaped your infestation though, like without.
I've been through a
Bring it
few
home.
infestations, haven't I?
Yeah.
Terrible.
It's really bad. Glad I escaped them too.
Yeah. I think like the only bugs I'm fine with are like ants. Unless they're flying ants.
Yeah, that's weird.
But just like normal ants, that's fine.
Why? Why is it fine?
Why would
I
we give
don't
them all
know.
that power?
They're the same. They're the same to me.
I don't
as
know what
all
it
of
is.
them.
Like
Even ladybugs, like,
I don't
is
like
okay,
ladybugs.
like
Yeah.
visually, because I guess they're like aesthetically pleasing,
I
and like
don't-
butterflies.
No, I
too.
don't
Yeah.
like butterflies.
What?
They scare me. Like the body part, like their
Oh.
wings are pretty, but their bodies are just
Their
like
body again
any
is the
other
same
bug.
as
Disgusting.
Yeah, because that's the bug part.
Yeah.
They're all the
Yeah.
bugs are all the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one time, like when I was a kid, my parents brought me. I think it was in Victoria. You know that like butterfly museum type thing, or there's like
Oh,
I think it's
yeah.
like a bug museum, and then there's a butterfly room, and they just
Oh.
you are just walking around, and they're flying around you.
Yeah.
Oh
It
no.
scared me.
Yeah, ones that fly too have a whole other like advantage to their
They
bugginess.
do.
Yeah, I don't know why, but ladybugs I'm fine with though, because they fly.
Is it because like media made them seem like innocent?
Yeah, I feel like they do that. That's like the reputation the butterflies have though too.
Yeah, I mean they also like I've noticed make a little bit of like a clicking sound, like their
Oh,
wings.
Yeah, when you
So
can
I-
hear them.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, I have a little bit more like gauge of where you are.
I remember
Oh.
like one time there was a spider in my room and I had like papers on my ground and it was walking across the papers and I could hear like its legs.
Oh God.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
That
We
would
should have
send me
papers
off.
everywhere, just so you know.
I know, like that. It made it worse. I think I'd rather just not have seen it.
Or heard it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you
What-
guys have any other fears? I feel like we could talk about our bug fear for like hours.
Mhm.
That's the only real one that I feel like I've always known that I definitely don't like bugs.
I was born with that one.
Yeah.
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 I don't like holes.
Like
Oh,
trypophobia?
Yes, I don't like that. I don't know if I'm like actually have the phobia, but it just makes me itchy when I see like holes
Yeah.
together.
How do you feel when you go to Chipotle?
Wait, what about Chipotle?
The wall with the holes, like the entire
Oh,
wall.
I feel like I never go to Chipotle.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
Yeah,
Wait, what location is this at all locations?
Yeah, pretty much all of them. Because when you're like in line to order, the entire like back wall is just covered in little holes.
Oh, I wouldn't like that.
Yeah.
I should go there though, because I feel like I've been to Chipotle a couple times, but I don't know if I've ever noticed it.
Oh, I mean, it's pretty like there.
Oh. Well, I wouldn't like that.
Yeah.
I've never noticed it either, and I have a friend actually who has trypophobia, and like she likes Chipotle, but she's never said anything about that, which is interesting.
Is it just like any kind of hole, or is it little like natural ones and maybe
Just like any hole.
so even like perfect like
Yeah.
man-made ones?
Yeah,
or,
I don't like that.
Because I know some people's phobia of holes is more the texture in things. I don't know what, like maybe like a sponge.
Yeah,
stuff
actually,
like-
the sponge is fine.
Okay.
I don't know what it is about the sponge. I feel like it's very specific.
Yeah.
So only some holes.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. I have another one, and I don't think I've met anybody who has the same fear, but do you know the buses? It's like the Greyhound buses with the dark black windows.
Mm-hmm.
Freaks me out.
Like the windows?
Really?
Or the whole
Yeah.
bus?
Specifically the windows. If the windows are black, I can't walk past
Interesting.
it.
So like a
Like,
limo is a no.
limos are fine, but when you make it taller,
Okay.
yeah, when
that
it's a
makes
big
sense.
bus,
Yeah.
because I don't know what's in there, and I just don't feel comfortable walking past it or even looking at it. It's so,
Really?
yeah.
Oh.
But would you go in one?
I don't know.
No.
I
It's
haven't
it's
been in
like-
one.
If you're on the inside, probably is it dark? You can like look out
Yeah.
the window.
I'm sure it's like a one side tint.
Yeah, but I guess just like having to walk into the bus, you'd have to.
I'd get
See
the
the
heebie-jeebies.
windows.
Yeah. I think it might have originated from that one SpongeBob episode where
Oh,
he
yeah.
goes to, where all the people like they talk in between like spits. Like
What? I was thinking of like the one where he goes to that weird like city or town.
That's the one.
Okay,
Yeah,
I don't
and
know
like
what
in
the
between,
Spitz was.
it's like in between each word. They do like a raspberry with their.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I would do it right now, but I don't want to spit on you.
Wait, then how did like that lead to a fear of like dark windows in buses?
Because the bus that came down there, it was scary.
Oh,
Did it?
wait, no, it was. How did like the people talking?
But the whole thing was scary.
Oh, so
the
just
whole
the whole
thing down
thing.
there.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was like a whole scary town.
Yeah, that episode is really scary.
Yeah, so I think maybe something tied in there, and now I can't walk past these buses.
Yeah, I feel like actually thinking of SpongeBob reminds me of, like the ocean. Just the
That-
ocean's really scary.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like just how big it is, and I think I think I read that we've discovered more space than the ocean, which is just really crazy.
Well, no.
Oh, is it wrong?
I don't think that's right. I think it was like percentage wise.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah. I think that's good.
Yeah.
Because there's like more space, obviously.
Yeah.
than the ocean. But yeah. Yeah, I
But
don't
then
really
how does
like
that
ocean
work
side.
then? Like,
What do you
because wouldn't we have then discovered less of space just because there's so much?
Yeah.
Or just like our universe?
I don't even think they know exactly how much space
Yeah.
there is. So it's
Yeah.
hard to gauge.
Yeah.
So I guess like in terms of size, we've definitely discovered less space. But like I think what they're saying is percentage wise, like I don't know. But even that doesn't make sense to me.
I know.
Mhm.
Actually, like, I feel like space doesn't scare me. The ocean is just different. I don't know what I think it's just because there's like so
Yeah.
many weird creatures.
And
Yeah.
it's also very dark. At least in
I
space, you
know.
have stars to light it up.
True.
Space is pretty dark too.
No,
I think some parts of it.
Yeah,
But I agree. I think it's more the creatures that like
Yeah.
get me.
And just like seeing, like, I always see like TikToks of like phobias, and it's just like the scariest photos of like whatever it's talking about. So for the ocean, there'll always be like a video of a boat, and it's like waves crashing into it, and I just don't understand why someone would go on.
Imagine
a
being
boat.
on a cruise and falling
Oh,
off in the middle
Oh
of
my
the
God.
ocean. That has happened to people.
I know.
Yeah, this one kid was dared by his friends to jump off the cruise ship, and they had a little floaty to get him back in, but he couldn't reach the floaty. Like, they threw it out to him, and then they lost him.
Well,
That's
because
crazy.
what I've heard about, like, if you were to jump off of a cruise, because the cruises are so big and they hold like so much current, you will get caught in that current and like die almost immediately. That's kind of what I've heard, rather than like just, you know, being afloat.
So it's like the little floaties that they have there just for show.
I don't know. I guess it depends
Just to
like
make people feel
how
better.
far you've like propelled away from the actual ship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because if you like drop like right next to the boat, then you'll get like caught underneath the. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I guess if you're like flung really far away, or if the cruise is like not currently in motion, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah. Then I feel like by the time someone like alerts someone to stop the boat, and then they like go
You'll be
and try
pretty
and look
far
for
away.
you. Like,
Yeah.
And it's so cold. I think you'd just be dead by that point.
I know.
Yeah.
That's another one of my fears, is swimming next to big structures. Like if it's a boat or like a dock.
Yeah.
I don't like doing that. You know, when there's like, I don't know what they're called, but I think it's to guide ships, where it's like a buoy, like an anchored little.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I don't like that, because there's something running from that thing down to the ocean, whether it's a rope or wood. Like I don't like that it's there.
Right.
And if my leg touches that, I'm probably gonna just drown at that point. Like I can't go on.
I also like hate the feeling of seaweed or something, like when you're in the water and it touches your leg. Well, I just don't like the ocean in general, like swimming in the ocean. There's so many, and like when you go into water, you can't really see after a certain point what's underneath you, like what your legs are around, and I think that gets me.
I always, like, if I am swimming in the middle of like a lake or something, I imagine the scenes from scary movies where they're filming from below, and they're filming like your legs, and then something's like, or they're actually filming from the point of view of the thing that's about to grab you.
Yeah.
And so that's how I kind of eventually just bring myself back to shore as soon as I can.
Yeah.
That was a good one. Do we have any other fears that we want to open up about?
It's really difficult for me to think of, like, when you guys are bringing them up, I'm like, okay, yeah, I don't like that. I'm kind of scared of that too. But like generally, I've always thought of myself as like a fearless.
Oh. Okay.
I don't know, like, if fearless is the right word, but like maybe my fears are just like not as like traditional. Like, I've never been afraid of heights.
Oh yeah, I don't like heights.
I don't really like care if I like fall. I'm like, I can see at least where I'm going. I think that's maybe more of my fears come from like not knowing or being able to like see what's happening. So yeah, like the ocean is a good one, and like small bugs, because I can't see them, maybe is like what triggers my fears.
How about claustrophobia? I'm just gonna throw these out at you now.
I don't think I'm claustrophobic. I think sometimes I get anxious when there's a lot of people, like when it's a really crowded place, but not necessarily like a tight space, if that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't like tight spaces. And like
Yeah.
seeing like cave videos especially
Oh, the Nutty
really
Putty.
freaks me out.
Did you hear about that?
Yes.
Yeah. Have you heard of the Nutty
No,
Putty?
I haven't.
It was like a famous cave that people like to cave. What do they call it? Cave.
Wait, I think I
explore?
have heard of this.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
it's
Yeah.
caving.
Yeah, caving, and he went through the wrong path and got stuck upside down pretty much, and I think it was his torso that was stuck, and so he couldn't go forward or back, and people like went in and tried to help him, but they figured they would have to either break his bones to pull him out,
Yeah.
and eventually I think he suffered from cardiac arrest because from the position that he was in.
Oh my God.
So they just decided they would leave him in there and seal up the cave.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's
That's
terrible.
so scary.
Can you
Yeah.
imagine being upside down
That would be
alone?
so scary. Yeah, like people when they have to like suck in to like move forward.
Yes.
It just I don't understand.
You're so close for things to go wrong.
Literally just getting stuck.
Yeah.
That's like the only I think instance though where I would say like claustrophobia scares me. Even though I would never put myself in a situation
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Just seeing it like freaks me out.
Buried alive. That was.
Oh yeah. I feel like that's a situation that I thought was like way more common than it is.
Yeah.
I just thought that I would at least know someone. It didn't happen to me that got buried alive, but
It's like when I watch YouTube videos on instructions of how to get out of
like quicksand.
Yeah, stuff like
Yeah.
that, and I concentrate on them. I take notes.
I know.
Okay, if this happens, I need to do this.
Like I think you're like not supposed to move, right? Because that just sucks you in faster.
Yeah.
Oh,
But then I
okay.
don't know like how you're supposed to get out.
I don't think you do get out.
Oh.
'Cause what are you like? What? How would you?
Well, like in that case, you might as well be sucked in faster, right? Like,
It's true.
How about? How do you have academic? I don't know, phobias. What about forgetting that you had a test or forgetting you had an assignment due?
I don't know if I would like say that's a fear. I might get like stressed a little bit, but I don't know if I'd be like afraid of that happening. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, I've had dreams where I've forgotten I'm enrolled in a class.
That's extreme.
And like I don't attend the class all semester, and then like a test comes up and I don't even know what to do.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I mean you would think that you would get emails, right?
Yeah. I don't know what
Yeah.
I don't really know what happens in these dreams.
Yeah.
But now like every time I'm like selecting courses, because sometimes I'll like sign up for an extra one just while I decide which one I want to take.
Yeah.
I always like double check or like triple check that I've dropped the course.
Yeah.
Because I don't want that to happen. Do
I
you have any
think-
academic fears?
I think just forgetting that an assignment was due or mixing up the dates.
I've always been a big procrastinator, and so I think that's why I don't have a big fear of that, because I like trust my ability to do it last minute.
I think one of my biggest fears is like a home invasion. Just like someone breaking into my home.
Yeah.
I always am thinking about it, and whenever I'm home alone, I'm like I have to double check that I've locked every door, and I like have to, even though I can see that the lock is a certain way, I have to like test out the handle that it's actually locked. And I'm always nervous that I'm gonna see like someone just standing on my balcony, because then there's like a glass door and just like see them standing there.
I think like I would also have that fear, but I've lived in an apartment for like my entire life, so I don't fear that, because I also live really high up, so I'm like, who the fuck would like want to come all the way up?
Because I was thinking, because I saw a TikTok of a girl who had like a bar that like kind of goes against her doorknob so that you cannot open it from the outside.
Yeah.
And like I made like a mental note that I will be purchasing that.
Yeah.
Whenever I move out.
But I think even not to scare you, but people can gain access, right, to the building.
I think they can.
Yeah. But it would just be one door, that as opposed to a house with multiple doors, multiple windows of access.
Yeah. That's true. That would definitely make me feel safer.
Yeah.
But it's scary.
Yeah, I do also have that fear. But my family leaves the locks open overnight.
Oh, overnight?
Yeah, multiple times. And I feel like I should not be saying this. My family does not leave the locks unlocked. If you know where I live.
Yeah, my sister like does that. If my parents are out of town, like my sister doesn't really care, so she just leaves it unlocked. But she'll get home like late after I'm in bed, and then I wake up in the morning and see that the door was unlocked the whole time.
Our neighborhood has been very sketchy lately.
Really?
Yeah.
There was one time that I was going to a friend's house and I like left the door unlocked because there were still people home. But then when I got into my car, this guy came up to me and was like asking for a ride to like a bus stop.
God.
But there's a bus stop right by my house, and so I was telling him this. And he was like, I've been waiting here for 2 hours and the bus hasn't come by, which I like, didn't really believe. And he was like, can I just get a ride to the main road? I was like, no. And he got like mad. He's like, are you serious? I'm like,
what?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
But then, so I drove away and I saw him like walking into my driveway, like going to my front door. And I left the door unlocked. And so I like called my dad quickly and told him to lock the door.
Wait, so did this happen in your driveway or?
Yeah, like right in front of my house.
Okay, so did he see you come out of your house?
Yeah, that's why he like I guess went into.
That's so scary.
Yeah.
And then I think like my dad gave him money because he like told a different story. I think he said he needed money for gas, and so my dad gave him money just to like get him out of there.
Yeah, that's so scary.
Yeah, I know. But that was like years ago. And I mean that's like the only weird encounter I've had in my neighborhood.
When I first got my license, when I was like, I think I was 19, my friend and I went to the gas station, and I think it was 11 p.m. or something. And this lady came up to us and asked if I could give her a ride. And I don't know why I said yes. I said, she seemed sane, and I had my friend with me. And I think I was just on the high of having my license and just wanting to drive everywhere. So, and I was also just very delusional at the time. Maybe that's the right word, but yeah, I said yes, and then it turned out fine. I dropped her off at the bus loop.
Yeah.
That was it. But yeah, thinking back on it now, I should not have.
Was your friend like okay with it too?
Yeah, my friend was more okay with it.
Because I feel like if I was with a friend and they like just agreed to give a stranger a ride, I'd be mad.
Yeah, no, she was very like, I think she was more okay with it than I was. Yeah. Don't do that.
Yeah, I guess just like strangers is like what I'm scared of.
Yeah.
You never know what they're gonna do.
Especially when you're driving a car, because I feel like if somebody threatened me while I'm driving a car, you don't have a lot of power at that point.
You don't. Yeah, I guess just strangers actually, because now I'm thinking about how there's like a lot of stabbings now.
Oh, there's shootings.
I know.
Oh,
and
it's
like
scary.
Coquitlam.
Yes,
Yeah.
little old Coquitlam.
So yeah, I'm just kind of scared that I'm gonna get stabbed next time I go out in public.
Melody, did you have a fear for us?
I have like a whole list that I just got on psychcentral.com.
Ooh,
Nice.
A lot of them are stuff that we've already talked about. So like the fear of heights, fear of, we haven't talked about this one, the fear of flying. Are you guys afraid of flying?
No.
Yeah, I think it means like in an airplane. Yeah.
I was imagining myself with wings.
Yeah.
I was like, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be cool.
No, are you?
No, I'm not either. I actually love flying. Like, I
Really?
love going on airplanes. Like, going to the airport is, like, my favorite thing. Maybe it's
That's
just...
crazy.
It might be a little crazy, but I think it's more of, like, the idea that I'm, like, going somewhere. Like, going on vacation.
Yeah, that's true.
So, yeah, I'm not afraid of airplanes. Another fear is the fear of water, which we've kind of talked about with the ocean.
Oh, yeah.
And the fear of closed spaces. Going to the dentist.
Yeah, I don't like going, but I feel like no one does.
Yeah.
But I'm not like scared.
Yeah, just get it over with.
Yeah.
It's just more uncomfy.
Yeah, I think I also had like exposure therapy very quick because like I had to get retainers when I was like in
Oh.
second grade, and
Mhm.
then braces after that, and then braces again after that.
Yeah.
And so yeah, lots of like exposure to dentistry things. Another one is fear of blood, like fear of blood or fear of doctors. Do you guys
Yeah.
have that? Like needles?
No.
Yeah, I wouldn't say needles, but definitely fear of blood. Because if I
Yeah.
do get a blood test, I look the other way. I don't want to see it.
I don't
Yeah.
think I am actually. I can't watch like Saw, like those movies, because I don't like
Oh.
gory things.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like blood itself is fine.
Yeah.
It's just
Is
like
it?
a red liquid.
Yeah, it makes my toes curl. Like when I see
Oh.
blood, like my whole foot goes numb.
Even your own blood? Like if you're getting a blood test, it's fine.
Yeah, no, if I see my own blood,
Oh.
I don't want to see that.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know why that would make it better.
I feel like it would make it better. 'Cause I don't know. I mean, just in my mind, I feel like it'd be better.
Because then I'm imagining the fact that it just came out of my veins and like I feel depleted at that point.
Yeah. I just was reminded of like I guess kind of another fear of mine. I'm like a bit of a hypochondriac. So like getting sick, I guess, is a little bit of a fear of mine, but it's not like a fear of death. It's more of just being still able to do things but like not well enough to do them. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
There's a bunch of weather related phobias that are on this list too. So, like the fear of wind, the fear of flooding, the fear of snow, of darkness, tornadoes, hurricanes. Do you guys have anything like that?
I feel like
natural disasters.
Natural disasters.
Yeah.
Because again, I'm just thinking of my cats. Like,
Aw.
how would I? If there's like I always think of the big one. Actually, I feel like that could be a phobia of mine.
I'm thinking of my wardrobe.
Like
Yeah.
when if the big one happens, I need to have like an emergency kit with like cat food and stuff. Because like they don't. One of my cats doesn't even like when people come over. Like if an earthquake happens, he's not gonna have a good time.
Do you have little couriers for them?
Yeah, I have 2 carriers,
Okay.
but I need to set them up in like a more convenient place now because they're like downstairs. So I feel like going downstairs, coming back upstairs to get my cat, so I waste a lot of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, same with like a house fire. Actually,
Yeah.
that's a big one.
Yeah.
That's a big one for me too. I feel like I need to have a good supply of, I don't know, the most important things. Like I've been meaning to photocopy all of my family photos.
Yeah.
In case.
Yeah,
That's
especially if you're
one.
not home.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, true.
That
actually, I was thinking about that the other day. Like, what if an earthquake happens? And again, like, I live in an apartment, 19th floor. What if my family's, like, in there and I'm not in there? And then, like, the earthquake makes the whole, like, thing tumble and I'm just out here being, like...
Orphaned?
Yeah, orphaned.
Oh, that's
That'd
another
be terrible.
fear. Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm not that afraid of a house fire if, like, none of my family's in there. Like, if all of us people are okay,
Mm-hmm.
then it's awful, but, like, you know, we can buy new things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jane, why do I plant an idea in you?
Okay, go for it.
Coyote catches your cat.
No, that is actually a huge fear. I don't let my cats outside solely because of that. Because there's a lot of coyotes in my neighborhood. I've had a couple encounters with them this summer. So like earlier this summer, I was on a walk. It was early morning and a coyote was following me, but luckily I had my crow friends to warn me. A crow
crew.
Yeah, a crow cawed really loud and I turned around and saw the coyote. But literally on Thursday I was on a walk and it was nighttime and then I was walking on like a kind of busy road and then on the other side of the road I saw 2 coyotes walking like the opposite direction and I like was just kept walking, but then at one point I stopped to get my phone out to take a video, of course. And then at the same time that I stopped, one of the coyotes stopped and like crossed the road. So then I just kept going, but then it was just kept going its direction.
That's so scary.
Yeah, so I feel like honestly just any like wildlife attacks.
Yeah.
Because I keep thinking I'm gonna like run into a bear too.
I think bears bears are pretty chill. I don't think they would attack. I've run into a few.
You have?
There's apparently been a lot in Coquitlam recently.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Bears or attacks?
Bears.
Oh, okay.
Not attacks.
Yeah.
No, yeah,
No.
I've seen, or my dad has seen one in our neighborhood recently.
Yeah, like I've seen them with my dog, my last dog, and then one time my dad was walking him, and a bear was in a tree, and my dog started barking at the bear. Like he went to the base of the tree, it was like going at this bear, trying to get it to come down, and the bear just didn't give him the time of day. The bear was like,
that's good.
yeah.
But like, what if the bear did climb down?
I don't think it would. Like I was walking my dog and a bear just like ran out in front of the street. Like it ran from like our end. It just came out of the bushes and ran to the other end. And the bears have their own agenda. Like they have stuff to do. They have salmon to find. I don't know. They have hibernations like coming up.
Yeah, they're busy, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, there's 2 more on this list that I think are interesting. Fear of marriage and fear of childbirth.
Oh yeah, fear of childbirth for sure.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I think I'd say fear of marriage. Yeah, my mom's been pushing it on me lately. She's been going to the temple every Sunday. She only goes because it's like a special kind of prayer where it encourages your kids to get married. Like right before she left, she was like, "I'm going so you'll get married." Yeah, she's like, "I hope it works."
Yeah, actually, my grandma, I think I don't know, she met someone who had just gotten married at 36, which I feel like is a perfectly fine age to get married.
Fine,
and she told my mom, she's like, "Oh yeah, I just met someone who got married at 36, so tell Jane she still has time."
Was that a jab?
Yeah.
Wow.
Definitely.
Okay, grandma.
I think it's like a really big thing in Middle Eastern families too, where like your whole family is like all the aunties and the grandmas are very like persistent on women getting married, especially. Luckily I haven't had a lot of that coming from my own mother, but like now that I've passed the age of 20, whenever I'm around my aunts, they're a little bit like, "Oh, so like when do you see it coming out?" Like, because I do have a boyfriend now, so it's like, when is this happening? And I'm like, give me a couple. Like, hold on.
I feel like getting married in your 20s is so young.
Yeah.
Like even 29 is like young.
It is really young. Yeah.
People used to get married at 20, like early 20s.
14. Yeah, it's
14. Yeah.
Yeah.
It used to be normal to be, I think the normal age during my parents' time was 20.
That's crazy.
Yeah, 20 to like 23. 23 was probably late.
That's so young.
Yeah. What would be your ideal time?
Maybe like my 30s.
Yeah.
I would rather be with someone for a long time first.
Yeah. That's where the fear of marriage comes from, is that you get married and then you find out you don't like that person.
Yeah. So I guess I feel like divorces are a lot more common now.
Yeah.
But just having to go through one would be such a pain.
Yeah.
So I'd rather avoid that.
Yeah, that's why I kind of think I don't see the point in getting married quickly.
I guess just for insurance maybe.
Yeah, maybe for the legal benefits.
Yeah.
The taxes.
But other than that, I really don't think there's.
Yeah, I think you can still live a married life with a person without tying the knot.
Yeah.
At least for until you're really, really sure, 10 years have passed or whatever. What about childbirth?
Yeah, what about childbirth? I don't think I'm scared of that.
No, I have.
Yeah?
It's definitely deterred me from wanting kids even.
Really?
Yeah.
But it's so beautiful.
Don't you see that TikTok where people talk about their birth experience and then there's that one person that has a giant list of reasons against having kids, and it's all the bad stuff that can come with childbirth, and I think it's childbirth specifically. Because there's a lot of things that I feel aren't talked about. You can lose your teeth or your hair.
What?
Yeah, I think it's very common for women to lose their hair And like you can lose your teeth too.
Wait, is this during pregnancy or?
I think it's like, I don't know when exactly, but I think it's like afterwards too.
Oh, postpartum.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
That's a new fear unlocked.
It is. I mean,
Yeah.
I think it's very loaded then. Because I think the whole just the giving birth itself, I would probably be okay with. Because you can do an epidural.
I know, but then what if that leads to a spinal cord injury, Simran? Because it
That
goes
could
in your
happen?
spine, your like spine, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a risk.
Oh God.
It's probably very small.
Yeah.
But it's like a needle in your spine. So I feel like there could be
You have to go all natural now.
Yeah.
Or like maybe just a C-section. Honestly, I feel like a C-section would be better.
A C-section, yeah. I think I was a C-section.
Oh, you were?
Yeah. I have a big head. I don't know. I'd like to think I could get it done quick and easy.
Yeah, that's what I also like feel like I could too.
Yeah.
But I don't know how it works.
That's what you want to think.
That's
That's all the phobias we have for today. We hope that you guys enjoyed listening to that and it got you in a spooky Halloween mood.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys have any phobias, put them in the Spotify comments.
Yeah, we'd love to hear them.
We really would. But yeah, thank you so much everyone for listening. If you haven't already, please give us a nice little rating on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to Cherry Pit.
And give us a little follow.
Yeah, give us a follow.
On Instagram at CMNSU.
Stay fearful.
Yeah, stay fearful, and we'll catch you in the next episode.
Bye, Pits.
Bye, Pits.